Hello, I'm Sue Layton and I'm manager of community transport in Bournemouth, which is provided by SEDCAT. Stands for South and East Dorset Community Accessible Transport. But I'm going to sort of concentrate and talk about the services we run in Bournemouth. So apologies to anyone from Dorset, but we do run a sort of couple of services in Dorset outside of Bournemouth as well. Mainly we provide services for people who find it difficult to use ordinary public transport. They may have mobility problems or some sort of sensory impairment which stops them from actually using normal transport, either because they can't get to a bus stop or because they might want to go shopping and can't actually manage heavy shopping. So we are there really to connect people with mobility problems who can otherwise be hard to reach with services in the area. We're not a free service. Transport is expensive to provide and it is difficult to get funding for transport related services, but we do offer low cost services which are subsidised by our own fundraising and by funds we receive through a service level agreement. We offer door-to-door services using 14 to 16 seater minibuses which take people to shopping venues so that they can shop independently. When they get to the shopping centres they can hire equipment because we also run shop mobilities as well. Whilst they're out shopping they have access to other services such as banks, building societies, libraries, post office. So our clients actually do actually manage to get to a range of services using our bus service. Return fare for the shopping service, it's door to door, it picks people up from their home, gives them help with loading and unloading shopping, is £5 for the return journey, which obviously for that sort of service is much cheaper than a taxi, and it is a sort of bespoke service. We also offer, which are very popular, outings on a Wednesday afternoon and fortnightly on a Saturday as well. And these are very popular with our clients, and they include pub lunches, we go to other shopping venues, we go to other places of interest. Garden centres are really popular. In fact, we're really sort of open to suggestions by our users, and we try and include new suggestions in our new outings list. I brought a few outings lists with me, but they are coming to the end and we are in the process of producing new ones. We also have a team of volunteer car drivers. We've got a pool of car drivers because we run a community car service, and they will take people in their own cars to the doctors, the dentist, other primary health care appointments. Now, at the moment, we don't take people to hospital appointments. Now, we are aware that there are difficulties with getting to hospital, so we are actually going to be offering a service very soon to take people to hospital. It's going to be a little bit different than a community car service, but we'll get full details out to everyone who's interested when that service rolls out. There's a mileage charge which applies for community car service. It works out roughly maybe sort of about half the price for taxi, sometimes quite a bit cheaper. So people who use that service, they may be taken to a club, they may be taken to a library group, something. We've got one elderly lady who's, I think she's 92 actually, who we take, she has sight difficulties, and we take her to a ballet class in the evening, quite novel. We have a group of ladies who use the service to get to choir practice. We've got a wheelchair accessible MPV, which takes a wheelchair passenger plus 4 or 5 other passengers, which can be hired out with or without a driver. We do offer shop mobility as well, and what we tend to do is we integrate the shop mobility services with the bus service so that people can be dropped off at the bus and they can hire equipment to get around the shops independently. The service is about keeping people independent. Most of our users are actually living independently at home and don't use other services. I have to say that we polled most of our users, and about 98% of them don't have contact with other agencies like Age UK or yours, Alistair. So, these are people who would not otherwise be engaged in this sort of service. They're great examples around the country of community transport, working with local authorities and healthcare providers to keep communities connected. And they do offer a real solution to local local transport problems in the area, which are very much at the forefront at the moment with all the cuts that are going on in Dorset.